Welcome to this deep dive, presented on behalf of AIPOD. Our mission today is cutting through the noise of the weekly AI news for the week ending March 15th, 2026. For the last couple of years, using AI felt, well, a bit like relying on an old school GPS.
Right, yeah.
You punch in a destination, it spits out a route, but you still have to physically drive the car yourself.
And if you miss a turn, it just sort of yells recalculating at you while you do all the manual work to course correct.
Exactly.
But looking at the developments this week, we are rapidly moving past that. The AI is taking the wheel, hitting the gas, and actually steering around the traffic. We're crossing the threshold from passive chat interfaces to these autonomous systems driving massive, real-world action.
Well, I want to test that theory against the Google and Accel pitch event in India this week. Out of 4,000 AI startups that submitted pitches, they selected 5. Just 5.
Wow, yeah, that's a tight funnel.
Right. To me, that doesn't really scream we are accelerating. It kind of makes me wonder if, the low-hanging fruit is gone and we're hitting a wall on what these models can actually do.
Well, the low-hanging fruit is definitely rotting, and venture capital knows it. Investors are completely ignoring wrappers now. Because foundation models can easily write their own boilerplate code, the value of a thin UI layer is just zero.
So the easy money is gone.
Totally gone. This forces developers to tackle massive structural problems. Aravind Srinivas over at Perplexity pointed this out. He said computer science is reverting back to the true builders. Since the AI handles the basic syntax, developers are forced to focus heavily on complex system architecture and, multi-agent orchestration.
Okay, but I'm struggling to see how that complex architecture survives contact with the real world. I mean, it's one thing to build a brilliant autonomous agent in a lab, but it's another to wire it into a Fortune 500 company's 20-year-old fragmented database. Who is actually doing that plumbing?
That is the multi-billion-dollar friction point, actually. Which brings us to Anthropic's new move. They just dropped $100 million to launch the Claude Partner Network.
Wait, $100 million just for a partner network?
Yeah, because they aren't trying to sell standalone software to CEOs. They are arming massive system integrators. The people who actually understand a company's messy back-end data. They're giving them the infrastructure to embed Claude directly into corporate workflows.
Oh, I see.
We're seeing heavy enterprise investment here. Like, there's that Israeli startup that just raised a massive seed round specifically to build pure agentic AI.
So we're basically upgrading from an intern who drafts emails for you to a manager who actually executes the whole project.
Precisely. They are authenticating via APIs, pulling the data, synthesizing it, and triggering the next action without you. Look at Andrei Karpathy's concept of the autonomous experiment loop.
Right, I saw that.
He's mapping out a system where an AI proposes a scientific hypothesis, writes the Python code to test it, and then runs the simulation entirely on its own.
That's crazy.
And here is the crucial mechanism. It reads the error logs and statistical outputs to mathematically refine its next hypothesis. It evaluates the scientific validity of its own work and just iterates without a human ever intervening.
That is wild. It's fully closing the loop. And we're seeing this autonomous capability bleed right into everyday consumer life, too. Like, Peacock is using AI to dynamically blend gaming and mobile-first live sports.
Yeah, the media landscape is shifting fast.
And Bumble's new Bee Assistant is literally analyzing chat interactions to coach users through dating anxiety in real time. But the area where this autonomous shift feels the most disruptive and, frankly, where the friction is highest is legacy banking.
Oh, absolutely. Legacy banks are bleeding market share to AI-native fintech lenders right now.
Because they're stuck in the past.
Right. Traditional underwriting relies on a static FICO score. But these fintech models instantly process massive alternative data sets. I mean, your digital footprint, transaction velocity, even browser behavior. They weight these non-traditional signals to predict default risk far more accurately than a traditional credit bureau ever could.
And the legacy banks can't compete because of that massive tech debt we talked about earlier. I mean, their old mainframes literally cannot process that volume of unstructured data in real time.
They're structurally paralyzed. And this transition from passive tool to active decision maker scales all the way up to national security. The U.S. Army just awarded Palmer Luckey's startup, Anduril, a contract worth up to $20 billion.
Wait, 20 billion? With a B?
With a B. This isn't just for hardware, it's the software layer for autonomous drones, surveillance, and battlefield intelligence. It's massive.
The stakes really couldn't be higher.
No, they couldn't. When you look at the totality of this week, the shift is undeniable. AI is no longer waiting for a prompt. It is an active participant evaluating your creditworthiness, guiding your social life, and even managing modern warfare infrastructure.
Yeah, the GPS is officially driving the car at this point. But I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. We talked about Carpathy's autonomous experiment loop, where machines are independently generating, testing, and refining their own ideas. If that loop gets tight enough, how long until those autonomous AI agents are pitching their own startup ideas to Google and Accel?